The night at the Santiago Bernabéu began like so many others. Real Madrid patient, probing, a team with rhythm and a plan, while Osasuna sat deep, compact and determined to survive rather than to dominate. For long stretches, the ball belonged to the Whites, the initiative seldom wavering. They moved with the kind of calm that suggests belief in a bigger season ahead. Then, in the 50th minute, Kylian Mbappé produced the moment that would turn a routine victory into a match that everyone would argue about. He picked the ball, accelerated, clipped a defence with the kind of drivel that makes stadiums hold their breath. And in the aftermath, there was contact. Small, sharp, decisive. The referee pointed to the spot. The scoreboard read 1-0, and what should have been a tidy late-season 3 points immediately detonated into controversy. Within seconds, the cameras had replayed the incident and the stadium noise turned from celebration to question marks. Fans in the stands gestured, pundits on social feeds typed in outrage, and across platforms, reposts and slow-motion loops multiplied. Osasuna's corner of the internet was emphatic. This was not a penalty, they argued. The club's officials and community channels amplified those doubts, and the conversation took on the momentum of a small storm. Newspapers and timelines are built on moments like this. One close call becomes the lens through which the entire match is reread. Yet when you step back from the noise, the bigger truth remains clear. Real Madrid controlled the game for long stretches, and Osasuna's strategy was transparent from the first whistle. Defend in numbers, limit chances, hope for the counter, or a set piece. Even so, the penalty changed the narrative. For supporters of Osasuna, it was proof of poor officiating or favouritism. For Madridistas, it was the result of a world-class player forcing a decisive outcome. And for the neutral observer, the play raised a familiar set of questions. Where do you draw the line between an individual's brilliance and the referee's interpretation? How should officials adjudicate marginal contact when the match is so high-profile? Those arguments will likely repeat in column inches and comment threads for days. Beyond the argument itself, the sequence did underline Mbappe's threat. Numbers on the night back it up. His dribbles were a constant headache for the visitors, and his ability to unbalance the defence was obvious. When a forward completes the sort of slaloms and sudden shifts of pace that Mbappé attempted, defenders are reduced to precarious choices. Sometimes a foul is conceded, sometimes contact is incidental, sometimes a clean stop is made. The fine line is what fuels debate. Osasuna, meanwhile, will take the match back to Pamplona, believing they limited damage. Their priority was never to outscore Real Madrid from open play. It was containment and discipline. When the game's deciding moment arrived, their response, both on the grass and in public, was to push back against what they saw as an unfair interpretation. That pushback matters because modern football is partly fought in the public square of social platforms. Referees are human. Replay technology has limits, and every controversial call becomes part of a broader story about fairness, narrative, and momentum. For a club like Real Madrid, accustomed to headlines and to controversy, the storm is familiar. For Osasuna, it is the kind of episode that galvanizes supporters and sharpens identity. From a tactical angle, this game offered two stories in one. The methodical control and patient circulation from Madrid, and the stubborn, compact defence of a team intent on survival. Mbappé's moment was the fulcrum. For him personally, the goal and his overall performance signalled hunger. A player intensifying preparations after a trophyless spell, and clearly intent on altering the record. For the season at large, a single penalty might not decide titles. But it can change confidence, influence selection, and feed into narratives that shape refereeing scrutiny and future match planning. When officials review the tape and pundits reframe the storyline, that 50th minute will be the hinge everyone returns to. At the final whistle, the scoreboard read 1-0, and the reactions continue to churn. This wasn't just a match report. It was a round of questions about how the beautiful game adjudicates the razor-thin margins. Was it brilliance or a lucky break? Did the referee get it wrong? Or did Mbappé do what the greats do and manufacture decisions to win matches? The answer will depend on which feed you trust, which slow motion you prefer, and, ultimately, what the season writes next. For now, the incident is a headline, a debate, and a reminder that in modern football, a single moment, a dribble, a touch, a whistle, can ricochet beyond 90 minutes and change how we remember a team's night at the Bernabéu.